Hey there, guys. It's time for another week of detecting. Hopefully, we'll find lots of good things. I know we found a lot of good stuff last week, so let's get right to it and see what I find. Well, it's day number one, and I just popped my first coin, so let's take a quick look and see what I found. There she is. Got a copper penny. Looks like it's a 1972 D, I think. Not too bad. I'll take a copper penny any day. All right, let's get back at it and find something cool today. Well, I guess this is how you start the week. I thought I was digging up a bottle cap because I've already found two of them, but I've got myself a key. A little USA key. That's pretty sweet. It was pretty deep too. It was about 5 or 6 inches down and rang up as a 7980 signal. And thought I was digging up some trash, but got myself the first key for this week. Pretty sweet. All right, you guys, let's get back at it and find some other things. I just popped out key number 2 for the day. She was a deep one too, like probably 6 inches down. But looks like somebody years ago couldn't get in their house. Looks like a house key to me. Not a bad find. All right, let's get back at it. Well, this is like my 20th terribly, terribly rotten zinc penny in a row. Obviously, most of these coins have been in the ground for quite a while. Probably dropped in the 80s, but just thought I'd point this out. I'm digging a lot of kind of bizarre signals that are turning out to be extremely rotten zinc pennies at about 4 or 5 inches. So, oh well, one of these will be a good signal though, I'm sure. Let's keep hunting and hope for the best. This one's a bit strange. I just got a 73 signal at about 3 inches down, and I popped this out and I've already rubbed on it quite a bit. I don't know what that is. It's just like a melted blob of metal. Pretty shiny though. Out of the hole it's ringing up as a 74. Some people find stuff like this and it turns out to be melted silver or something. I'm not thinking that's what it is, but still kind of different. It's got a little bit of weight to it. I don't think it's aluminum, so who knows? Maybe I'll get it tested someday. Let's get back at it, you guys, and find some other things. It can't all be treasure. I just got a penny dime signal and it sounded pretty good, and I popped my plug and I can see the rim of something silver, but I know exactly what that is. I don't know how well you guys can see it. Sorry, I know that's terrible, but that is gonna be a battery. It is. Those are so disappointing when they come out of the ground. Oh well. Let's get back at it and find some other things. Well, this is quickly becoming a day of keys. I just got my third one for the day. Nothing terribly special, not even sure what kind of brand that is. But we'll clean it up at home and take a closer look at some time. So, very good. It was a deep zinc penny signal, but I'll take another key. Let's get back at it. This is kind of a strange little thing to find. I just popped this out of the grass. It was actually not very deep. It's a broken little pin of some sort. It says Jing, and it's got a little bell, so I assume it's Christmas themed, jingle bells or something. I don't know. We'll get back to hunting though. Just thought I'd show that. Well, after about 3 hours, I finally found something that's a little more personal. I found a little bracelet just now, a broken bracelet, but it does have a name on it, thankfully. See if I can orient it correctly. It says Teresa. I'm not sure how well you guys can see that. And it actually has a date of birth on it, which is kind of neat. Let's see if I can... Oh, I got it upside down. Hold on just a second. There we go. May the 27th, 1994, I believe is what it says. So that's pretty cool. I don't think it's anything precious. It's not gold or silver, but at least something that's a little more personal. So I will happily take that. It sounded like all the zinc pennies and pull tabs I've been digging all day. So let's get back at it. Well, 3 hours of playing in the dirt didn't result in much. Found a lot of zinc pennies and a little bit of clad and some keys, but not much else. Let's just take a quick look at everything and head home. I got somewhere to be, so that's the way it goes sometimes. Nothing too special. Lots and lots of stuff, but pull tabs and zinc pennies and bottle caps and random things that most people don't care about. So it was fun though. It was nice to get outside, but no big treasures today. All right, you guys, let's get back at it tomorrow. Well, it's day number 3. It's a nice sunny day, 77 degrees, and I just got my first relic find. I've found about 5 or 6 pennies so far, but here's my first relic. I just got myself an old pocket knife. Looks to be in pretty bad shape, and it was about 3 or 4 inches down. It's been there a while, but I will certainly take that. That's pretty neat. All right, you guys, let's get back at it and find something cool today. Well, I've been hunting for about 30 minutes now and got a little bit of change, mostly zinc pennies and a quarter and I think 1 or 2 dimes, but I just got a little bit better find in this hole, I guess. Just got myself a penny dime signal and popped this out of the ground. Boy, I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but it's actually a wheat penny. That's the back of it, the reverse. And here's the front. I just got a 1956 wheat penny. So love to find a quarter or a dime from that time period. Nice silver coin, but haven't come across it yet today. So let's get back at it and find some other things. Well, you guys, I just got a penny dime signal, pretty deep too. It was like 5 inches down. And I've got some sort of little badge down in here. It looks to be a military badge, which is really neat. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what the heck this is. Look at that. 19. I've seen the symbol before, actually. It's armored, so I assume it's like the 19th Armored Division or Battalion. I don't know. I'll have to look that one up. That's pretty neat. I do collect First World War items, strangely enough. And this is the symbol. The triangle is a symbol for armored members of the military, U.S. military. So I'm going to have to look that up. That's pretty neat. I was not expecting that at all. So it's a pin back that's broken. So awesome. Let's get back at it and find some other neat things. Well, I thought I was digging up a big piece of can or something like that, or a set of keys, who knows, but actually I just got a big S. Somebody lost their letter out here in the grass. So something just a little different. Let's get back at it. Just popped out my first one of these for the day. Got a key. Looks like another house key. I thought I was digging another zinc penny, just like the probably 50 that I've already dug today, but nope. Got myself my first key. So, well, this one's just a little different too, this find. In fact, I think it's got a little bit of age to it. There's a couple of houses not too far from here that are from the 1850s to about 1900, and I'm thinking this might be of some age. Just about 100 feet away, I actually found a flat button last year. So I'm thinking that's like some sort of early 1900s pinback of some type. Could be wrong about that, could be not that old, but certainly looks like it to me. Kind of a neat little find. Alright, you guys, let's keep going. Just got myself a little lock. It's nothing terribly nice, but still kind of neat. Guard, I think it says rustless. Yeah, rustless. So, kind of neat. Let's get back at it. Wow, you guys, I just got an 84 signal, and I've already popped it out of the ground and looked at it, but I stuck it back in the dirt just because to show you guys how surprised I was. It's actually a quarter, but take a look at this. What the heck? That thing has got quite the bite out of it, and it's just barely hanging on. That is an odd one. Wow, look at that. Quite a strange find. All right, let's get back to it and find something else. Just popped out another key. Thought I had a zinc penny, but nope, looks like a little key. Pretty sweet. All right, let's get back at it. Well, wouldn't you know it, here's key number 3 for the day. Another little house key. It was only about an inch or 2 down. Well, you guys, I thought I had silver for a second, but actually I have something that's almost as cool, I think. I think I've got a token, an aluminum token. Looks to be what it is. Columbia, Missouri. Huh. Good for something milk. Give me just a minute and we'll take a closer look at this. 1 pint of milk. That's pretty neat. All right, let me get it cleaned up. We'll take another look at it. Well, check that out. That is really neat. Conley Dairy, Columbia, Missouri. Good for 1 pint of milk. That is awesome. That's not too far from here, I guess. That's really neat. I love finding these kind of bizarre tokens. That is awesome. I would guess it's probably from at least the 60s. Could be wrong though. All right, let's get back at it and find something else neat. I've dug up a couple of bottle caps today, and I really like these Dr. Pepper ones. They're really kind of a neat little design, but do be careful. You just never know what's on the other side of some of these. Obviously, if I was not wearing gloves, I could have hurt myself. So again, be careful. Well, here's another bottle cap I've never found. A Hershey's bottle cap. That's kind of different. Not even sure what that would be to. Maybe some sort of chocolate syrup container. I don't know. Kind of different. Let's get back at it. Just got me a loud, ugly signal and decided to investigate it. Just thought, what the heck? And I got another key for the day. Man, that's a lot of keys. Looks like another house key. So there are a lot of these out here. So all right, let's get back at it. Yet another one. Today's been a key day. What the heck? I've been finding nothing but keys. Lots of change though. I haven't been showing that, I know, but lots and lots of keys that I've been filming at least. So let's get back at it. Well, I certainly haven't dug one of these up in a while. I've got a lot of them at home, but I haven't dug one up in, oh my gosh, probably over a month. Just got ourselves a Cub Scout neckerchief slide. So that's kind of neat. I was in Cub Scouts myself, so brings back some memories. All right, let's get back at it. This was another really unexpected find. I just got a big 80 signal and thought it'd be a big piece of can, but no, it's a Chrysler fob of some sort for like it's like a watch or a key fob, I think. That's kind of different. Wasn't expecting that at all. It was about 3 or 4 inches down too, so kind of different. Warren, Michigan. All right, you guys, let's get back at it. Well, check it out. I just got another one of those bizarre milk tokens. That's pretty neat. Good for 1 pint of milk. Huh, that's pretty neat. Maybe somebody went to Columbia and came out here and dropped that. Both of these. That's pretty unusual. I will gladly take some tokens like that. All right, you guys, I'm getting pretty tired and the day is getting short, so it's about time to go. Maybe we'll pop 1 or 2 more things out. We'll see. Boy, am I exhausted. It was a long day. I spent about 8 hours detecting today and could not find either of the 2 things I was really looking for, which would be silver or gold. I found a lot of other stuff and thankfully found a couple cool relics. So let's take a quick look at the board and see what I found. That is a lot of trash and change and random things. Yeah, lots of zinc pennies in there, so I didn't find a lot of monetary value, but I found a couple cool things. I got a bunch of keys, 5 keys, that Chrysler watch or key fob thing, Twist of Pepper, Bubble Up. I didn't get that on video. That's kind of a different one. Never heard of that brand. That knife S. This is probably my favorite find, that military thing. Some change. These are really cool. These 2 little tokens for milk. Cub Scout neckerchief slide and a bunch of other things. So all in all, it wasn't too bad of a day. I got 1 more day left in the week. I accidentally said this was day 3, but it's actually day 2. So hopefully on day 3, I'll find my silver for the week, but we'll see. All right, you guys, we'll be back. Well, it's day number 3 here, and so far I've dug up a penny and a dime and a few pieces of trash. And here's kind of my, I guess my first relic. Some ugly, gaudy aluminum dog tag with a skull on it. But we'll take it and throw it in the bag. Hopefully, I'm really hoping today I get my silver for the week. But you just never know. Let's get at it and find some relics. Well, at about 6 or 7 inches down, I just popped out a coin, and it is in terrible shape. It is badly corroded, but I don't think it's a zinc penny. I think it's probably either a wheat penny or an Indian head. So I'll have to get that home and tumble it or clean it up somehow, but wow, look at how badly encrusted that coin is. Oh well, let's keep hunting and find some other things. Just got myself a 79 signal, and wouldn't you know, it's a token. That's usually what they ring up as. And it kind of looks like the generic car wash tokens that I find all the time, typically with a Model T on the obverse. But let's see what this is. No cash value. Oh, that's different. Air serve your tire inflation specialist. Ah, complimentary air service. That's pretty neat. Never found one of those before. All right, let's get back at it. Just had a big quarter signal and popped this out of the ground. Got myself a little car for the morning. Nothing terribly nice, but I will throw it in the bag. All right, you guys, let's get back at it. And I'm really hoping to find a piece of silver today. We got to find that. Oh, it's a Ferrari too. Nice. All right, let's get back at it. Well, I just got myself a squeaker at about 6 inches, little penny dime signal, and I popped the plug and it was sitting just below the bottom of the plug. Looks like I've got myself my first Wheatie for the day. Don't know what year it is yet. Let's see if we can't find out together. It's gonna be an earlier one. Oh boy. What is that? I don't know. I'll have to come back in a little while and take a closer look, it looks like. Well, I've got something weird here. I got a big penny dime signal, and it was only about an inch or two down, but I popped this out, whatever the heck that is. I'm thinking it's some sort of medallion or token, but I don't know. Let's take a look together. Okay, looks like a swan or something like that. What is that? I don't know. It's kind of different. What is this? Grant's Farm, St. Louis, Missouri. Ah, that's kind of different. I actually know what Grant's Farm is. Ulysses S. Grant had a home in St. Louis before the Civil War. He was stationed there at, I think, Jefferson Barracks. And I guess this is a token from somebody visiting that farm. It's been preserved and you can go and visit it. So that's pretty neat. Very different. All right, you guys, let's get back at it. Well, I was investigating another big quarter signal and got car number 2 out of the grass. So, oops, already dropped it. Not terribly old, but it's kind of neat. I got some friends with little kids, so it'll end up with them, I'm sure. All right, let's get back to digging. Well, here's car number 3 for the day. Missing a wheel, but I'll take it. Some little kid will still play with that, I think. All right, let's get back at it. Just got myself kind of a weird signal, and I'm surprised how often I find these things. I just dug up another laser pointer, so nothing terribly great, but we'll throw it in the pouch. Let's get back at it. Well, of course, I just got a really deep coin signal, and at about 7 or 8 inches down, I got a 1965 clad quarter. That's the way it goes. That's the first year they make clad coinage. Just 1 year off from finding silver, but oh well, let's get back at it. Well, you guys, I just got a 89 signal, and that's usually a $50. And sure enough, I got something sitting in there that looks like a $50. Unfortunately, it's not silver, but I'm guessing it's probably going to be a Kennedy half, which I haven't found in a couple months. But let's take a look together. What do we have here? Yes, sir. Looks like a Kennedy $50. Not sure about the year, but that's pretty sweet. I will gladly take a Kennedy. 1991, maybe? That's pretty cool. All right, let's get back at it. Oh yeah, 3 days of digging and hard work, and I finally found what I've been looking for. Can you guys see it? It's right here. I finally got a piece of silver, and I haven't even popped out of the plug yet because it was underneath this root down here. It was about 6 or 7 inches down, and I finally have the one thing I've really been looking for. And I don't even know what it is. Might be another mercury dime. Could be a rosy, but give me just a minute. I'll clean it up and we'll take a closer look. Not sure what that is. It's not terribly old, I'm sure, but what is that? Oh, I think it's another mercury dime. All right, give me just a minute. Well, I haven't cleaned it all the way. It is a 1936 mercury dime. It's a little worn, but that's a good looking coin. It's gonna be a Philadelphia. There's no mint mark down here, but I've got my silver for the week. I didn't know that I would get any, but here in the last moments, I got my 16th silver coin of the year. That is awesome. All right, you guys, let's get back at it. My week is thankfully complete now that I've got this, but heck, I got another hour or two to detect, so let's get something done. Oh, I just got myself a token. It's nothing terribly special. I haven't got one of these in a while, but it's a Chuck E. Cheese token. Wow, super fine. Can't even read the year on it. What is it? 2008? Where a kid can be a kid. All right, let's get back to hunting. It's no mercury dime. Well, you guys, I'm feeling pretty blessed, actually. 3 days of hard digging in the heat, and I finally found the one thing I really wanted to find, which is another piece of silver. That's kind of my goal every week, and thankfully I actually found it. That's the last thing I found today. Loud motorcycle. Kind of last thing I found today. I detected for another 30 minutes after finding that mercury dime, but didn't find much else. And it's about time to go home and get ready for work tomorrow. So let's take a quick look and see everything that we did find. Not too bad of a day. Found some toy cars, some bottle caps, Budweiser, Hennessy, some other random things. Some dimes and pennies and things like that. Got a little stack of quarters. That's not too bad. I paid for my gas. Some trash. Most of the trash is under here. But there's our skull thing, laser pointer. Here's the good stuff for the day. That wheat penny turned out to be a 1934. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it's pretty sweet. And then of course our one really good find, mercury dime, $50 Chuck E. Cheese token, Grant's Farm token, and an Air Serv token. So all in all, not a bad week if we got some silver. So let's do a wrap up of everything that we did find. Well, there's another week for the books. We did pretty well this week. We certainly didn't break the bank, but we found some neat things, found a little bit of silver, and had a lot of fun. So let's take a look at the board. Yep, there's a lot of things on there. Found a fair amount of change. If you look over here, we got one $50, 42 quarters, so just over a roll of quarters, 70 dimes, 4 nickels, 58 copper pennies, 182 zinc pennies, which I don't actually count in the total because look at the condition of most of these. You're not going to be able to spend any of that. And we had a total of $18.78, and for about 15 hours of work, we made about $1.25 per hour. So not the greatest, but still had a lot of fun and found some neat things. Like I said, most of this stuff, most of the zinc pennies that I find will not go back into circulation. That's why I actually brought this out here to show you guys. I have filled a coffee cup in the last year filled with these junky pennies that unfortunately will never really do anything again. I'd like to melt them down or something at some point, or I don't know. There's not a lot you can do with them, but whatever, I'm still keeping them. So there's the zinc for the week. We got 8 keys. There's a couple more down in there. So 8 keys, that's pretty good. What else do we find? There's all of our change. There's the big S, Superman S. I didn't get that on film. It's some junky little kids thing. There's our laser pointer. There's that copper thing that I found that I thought was maybe Victorian. I don't know now. I think it might still be like a hair brooch or something like that. I don't know. What else do we have here? There's that sliced up quarter. that we found. There's that skull dog tag. Found a lot of weird soda bottle caps. Some of them were beer, but some interesting bottle caps, like I said. Find a lot of Mountain Dew, a lot of Pepsi. I was going to show you guys this one too. Here's a Diet Coke one, and if you read it, it actually says, use of this product may be hazardous to your health. This product contains saccharin, which has been determined to cause cancer in laboratory animals. Some of you guys actually might remember that. I don't. It was a little bit before my time. But I grabbed a couple more from my collection. Up until the year 2000, a lot of these diet sodas were required to say that. I looked it up, and apparently saccharin was shown to cause bladder cancer in rats, or something like that. They later reverted that statement for humans. I guess it was not shown to cause cancer in humans. And actually, saccharin is still used today, but just thought it was kind of interesting. These are all from the 80s and the 90s. Oh, and there's our 3 cars that we found. A little Ferrari, and then some other little cars. So that's pretty neat. Here's our pocket knife. Seen better days. A Chuck E. Cheese token. Some weird little button that has an emblem on it. Here's that $50, 1991. Here's Grant's Farm. That's pretty cool. St. Louis, Missouri. Like I said, Ulysses S. Grant used to live in St. Louis. So now there's a lot of animals out at the farm. It's actually owned by Anheuser-Busch now. And they have kind of like a big farm with lots of different animals on it. So kind of neat. There's that little piece of metal that I dug up. I think it's probably solder, actually. Who knows what that is. Rang out pretty well. Here's that button that had me going, that battery button. Or button battery, I should say. Panasonic. Here's that little bracelet with Teresa's name on it. Teresa, and then her date of birth, May 27th, 1994. Kind of sad somebody lost that, some little girl. Found 2 Wheaties for the week, in 1956 and in 1934. I dug this up today, and I thought maybe that was going to be another Wheatie or a Indian head, because it was so heavily encrusted, but I think it's actually another memorial. Oh well. What else do we have? Don't know what this is. If you guys have any idea, I'd love to know. Ring up like a quarter or $50. I think it's aluminum. Don't know. Kind of neat though. Here are our aluminum milk tokens. These are pretty neat. Conley Dairy, Columbia, Missouri. Good for 1 pint of milk. So that's pretty neat. That's not too far away, I guess. So somebody must have gone to Columbia, brought these home by accident and lost them. Kind of neat. Our 1 piece of silver for the week. We got ourselves a 1936 Mercury dime. Not in the best of shape, a little worn, but silver is silver. And actually, this is probably my favorite find for the week, to be honest with you. I like finding some of the military stuff. I did look this up. It's the 19th Armored Division, and I think it's late 1940s or early 1950s, kind of the Korean War vintage. Could be wrong about that. If you guys know for sure, just correct me. But kind of neat. You don't find military stuff every day. So, oh, and there's our Chrysler key fob piece and our Cub Scout neckerchief slide. So, all in all, not a bad week. Got outside for quite a while. Got to enjoy the weather. It was nice weather this week, 70s and low 80s, and had a good time. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next week.